If someone was to tell me that I had to choose just one genus and I had to get rid of all of my plants other than the plants in one genus, I would pick Hoya. Without a doubt, I would pick Hoya. So if you like Hoyas too, stick around. We're about to look at my whole collection. My name is Crystal, and this is Keep Growing Plants. We are finally doing it. Finally making my Hoya collection video. At long last. I want to show you all. I've started making my own pots. This is my first one. I'm so happy with it. I love this little like eye shape for the drain hole. I'm really in love with it. I love the color. It's so earthy. The reason I'm showing you this is because I want you all to let me know which of my smaller Hoyas do you think I should plant in this. I'm gonna, on the day that this video goes up, I'm gonna put a poll on Instagram, and I'm gonna put the options of which of my small Hoyas like would fit in this, and I want you guys to all vote for your favorite one that could match this pot well. You can also let me know in the comments below this video. I would be really happy to read your thoughts there. But if you want to be part of the official poll, you can check that out on my Instagram. It's by the same name, Keep Growing Plants. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the Hoyas. I'm so excited! We will start in the Mills bowl. I am looking at it right now off screen, and I'm going to grab one. So the first one that I'm showing is my Lacunosa Super Silver. She is super pretty. My only complaint about this particular Hoya, even though she's gorgeous and deserves a lot of attention and love, my only complaint is that I find her to be very thirsty. She's very, very thirsty. And it's kind of like my New Guinea Ghost. I think I need to put her in a glazed pot like I did my New Guinea Ghost, which I'll show you in a bit. Once I switched that one to a glazed pot, it made all the difference. And I think it's going to be the same for this one. It's like, let me see if I can show you. This leaf, I'm trying to get into the microphone and show you. This is not easy. I'm like doing some kind of weird position here. But anyway, this leaf here, I don't know if you can see, but it looks really like wrinkly and soft. And I literally just watered like 2 days ago. And I think that leaf is never going to come back. I think that potentially this whole vine is just done because I didn't water it every 3 days. Like, it's that thirsty. And so when I like am not completely on top of it, I lose a vine here and there, and I have to just completely let go of that vine. And I think that's the case with this one. Anyway, she's pretty though. Very, very pretty. And by the way, these are not in any order of like preference. It's literally just, I'm starting at the top left of my Mills bow. I'm going to go down through it, and then I'm going to go around the room. So it's just about geography, which one is closest to me and which one is next. So the next, you may have seen my video unboxing the beautiful, huge Hoya argentea princess. I'm very sad to say that this is the only leaf left. And I also shared a video treating her for fungus. Yeah, it was really sad. The fungus came up out of nowhere almost immediately after I unboxed her, and it was devastating. Check out those videos if you're interested to see the journey I went on. But, you know, as much as I'm sad to say it's just one leaf left, I'm also happy to say that there is a plant left. It didn't completely die. I was able to save it. I just now have to wait for it to regrow. And I chopped up a few pieces of the stem, and I'm hoping to get some other rooted cuttings out of that. It has like this little clover plant that was not part of my plan. I don't know where it came from, but I'm just letting it grow for now, because I think I might be mistaken. If you know about this, let me know in the comments. I think clovers put some kind of something beneficial back into the earth, which is helpful for other plants and makes the substrate healthier. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. This adorable little cutie pie has like the tiniest leaves. Let me see if I can get it to focus on the plant better. Block my face. Guess that's the best we're gonna get. It is a Lacunosa Bruno inner variegated. And I didn't even know that I needed this plant until it came into my life as a gift. I was super surprised when I ordered my Begonia maculata pink variegated. I still can't believe I have that. Anyway, when that arrived from We Pot Plants, this little gift was included. So yeah, this little cutie, she's tiny and makes me very happy. And she has a lot of little growth points. I'm excited to see her start to trail. I think she's going to make a really nice, like, hanging plant with lots of vines coming down. This is my Hoya Matilde Splash. She's still a tiny little baby, but she's growing. She's doing her best. I got her from Natasha at Planted in Platinum, along with a bunch of plants. We did a nice trade in the summer. And yeah, she's really cute. This leaf in particular, I find very pretty. This is another one that I think is going to make a nice trailing plant. I actually really, when I can, which usually it's doable, I like my Hoyas to be trailing. I know a lot of people put them on trellises, and I do put some of my Hoyas on trellises, but I'm partial to a long trailing, viney, hanging Hoya. This one, whoop, 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 whoop. Wow. Okay, so in every video I drop substrate, but today I just dropped like a bunch of little rocks. That was very loud. I'll pick those up later. So this one is Hoya Lee or Lei. I'm not sure how to say it. It's one or the other, but it's spelled Lyi. And I've seen that there's also like a pink variegated version, which is also beautiful, but I still love this one. And when I got this, which was, believe it or not, based on this size, you probably will be surprised, but I've had her for a few years. She has been a very slow grower. I don't know if that's other people's experience with this Hoya. Let me know in the comments if yours grows fast or slow. I would be curious to know. But yeah, I think she's really cute. The leaves are like these perfect little ovals. They're a little bit soft. They're not like fuzzy like Thomsonii vibes, but they have a little bit of a fuzz to them. Speaking of fuzzies, this wonky little positioned cutie is my Thomsonii. I love Thomsonii. I find this to be just one of the cutest, weirdest little plants I've ever met. I'm going to hold it up close so you can see. Like, it is so fuzzy. Look at the fuzz. I'm going to try not to spill stuff. I'm going to do my best. But look how fuzzy. If you ever get the chance to see one of these in person and to be able to touch them, like, do it. It's amazing. And I don't think it hurts them at all. I don't think they mind. And like, she's growing in this weird position because she has recently found like a thing to kind of clamp onto a little bit. She hasn't quite attached, but she's trying to. And so she started to like keep the form, the position that she's in when she's reaching for that thing. Anyway, there's my wonky little baby. Another tiny one is my Hoya GPS 7240. Super small. Again, with the oval leaves. I've realized I really like oval leaves. I am not sure if that's a thing that's common or not, but I love it. And I love that these ones are like not only oval, but they're kind of like, I don't know, oblong, rounded in shape in general. Like, they have this dome. And I've heard that they have like a nickname of being the grape Hoya. I don't know if that's true, but I think I heard that. And they do kind of look like grapes when you just look at them quickly. And when they get sun stressed, they can get like a reddish purple color. So I guess that could also add to the grape aesthetic. They're cute. And she started producing a little bit of a growth point, but I think it died off. Yeah, I think maybe this one needs to be in a glazed pot. Maybe she doesn't like the terracotta. I know that I talk about terracotta a lot on this channel, but I really love it. But there are some plants that don't like it as much as I do, and I have to respect their needs. This is my Hoya ganangering. I think that's how you say it. Seems like it's doing well. I find it very pretty, and I like that when it gets sun stressed, it can get red. You can see a little bit of red on some of the bottom leaves. I had it really sun stressed for a while, but I actually moved it slightly away from the grow lamp. Even though I like the sun stress, I just wanted to give it a little more space because it was getting too tall to be close to the grow lamp. She's getting less light for the moment, but when she gets taller, she might start creeping her way back up there, and we might see some really intense reds again. This is my inner variegated Polynura. She is a stunner, definitely one of my favorites. And I'm super lucky because I have two. And they're both so cute. This one is one plant, even though it looks kind of like two. It's just, it has two vines coming out of the one plant. And I used to have a third one, but I gave it as a gift to Fern from Wild Fern for her birthday. The original plant that I got all three of them from was, I found this person on Marketplace who was selling a cutting of hers for like a really good price, way better than is typical. And I was like, that's amazing. I have to go grab that. And I almost didn't believe it. I was imagining that when I got there, like something would turn out to be untrue in the ad. And in the end, it turned out to be absolutely perfect. And it even had a few nodes. I was able to chop it up and make 3 plants out of it. I was so happy. And I chatted with the lady for a bit, and she shared that the reason she was selling it for such a good price was because she gets so much joy from sharing like hard to get expensive plants with people at a reasonable, accessible price, because she just loves knowing that she's like helping the plant collector community have access to all of these plants equally. And I just found it so touching and beautiful. That's the kind of like person that I also want to be in the plant community, and I'm really happy that people like that exist in the world. Yeah, it really touched me. But yeah, anyway, I'm really glad that I have 2 of them, because if anything happens to one, I have a backup. I think I need to go a little bit faster because we're already at 20 minutes and I've only done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've only done 9 out of 36. Yeah, we need to move this along. So I'm a bit too chatty sometimes. So this one I got from Jenna at Jenna's Plants. We did a trade in the summer as well. But yeah, I was really happy. She gave me cuttings and they all rooted super well. Oh, I didn't say what it's called. What is it? I'm forgetting. Hold on. Bertonier. It's Bertonier inner variegated, and I like to like call it, I don't know if other people call it this, but I like to jokingly call it the Skittles of Hoya, because it gets with sun stress like oranges and reds, and it has some yellows. It's really colorful. Right now it's a little colorful, but I've seen it even brighter. And this is my Varieties tricolor. I believe that's what it's called. If I'm saying that wrong, I will make sure that the correct name is on the screen. But she is so beautiful. I really love this one. And it's funny because when I first got her, I hesitated. Like I almost didn't buy it because I had heard about what's the other one that's similar? The Lori Lynn, something Lori Lynn. Anyway, it looks really, really similar. And I had heard that it was cooler and better and more beautiful. And in some ways, like it is different, but I don't know that it's more beautiful. It's just maybe more expensive. And when I was speaking with the lady who sold me the Polynuras, she had that variation. She had the Lori Lynn, and I hesitated between that and this. I almost gave in. I almost got the one that's like more coveted and more expensive. But in the end, I decided to get this for like $10 at my local nursery. And it's grown quite a lot. It was like 2 or 3 leaves when I bought it. And the reason I did it is because when I was chatting with the lady who sold me the polyneras, and I asked her like if she was sure that that's what the Lori Lynn really was the Lori Lynn, she told me that she was sure, and she explained the differences. And some of the differences that she explained were that this one is more colorful and that it grows faster. And I was like, okay, hold on. Why would I pay more for one that is less colorful and grows slower? You know? So I went with this beauty, and I'm so glad I did. I have no regrets. Maybe one day I'll also get the Lori Lynn, but when choosing between the two, yeah, this was the one that won, and I'm happy about it. And this is my Hoya Croniana Black. It doesn't look super black in this image right now because I'm not giving it a super ton of sun, but I recently put it under like a really, really close to a grow lamp, so I think I'm going to start getting the dark leaves again soon. It's a really pretty one. When it's got the dark leaves, it's absolutely like stunning. I love dark plants. This is my Hoya Silver Dollar, and I wish I could say good things about it, but honestly, I'm getting close to giving up on it. I think I'm going to just chop it completely up and try to reroot it and see if that helps, and if not, I'm going to buy another one day, because I've had it for like 3 years and it has not grown a single leaf in the entire time I've had it. This one looks like it's a second plant. It technically is a second plant, sorry, but it's because I chopped it off of there, hoping that would trigger one of them to grow. Still, no growth. It's very, very frustrating. I've heard that a lot of people have that happen with a lot of Hoyas, but it's the only one that I've had that kind of trouble with, thankfully. And this is my tiny, depressing, maybe not going to make it sigillatus. It has one little leaf, and there's actually 2 other rooted cuttings in there that have no leaves. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make it. We're going to send it light and love and hope for the best. This is my carry outer variegated. Supposedly, it was supposed to be. But as you can see, it immediately lost its variegation after the cuttings were made. It's still pretty though, and I got it from one of my besties, so that makes it special. This is my new guinea ghost. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm kind of obsessed with her. Look at those beautiful leaves. And she's growing so much lately. She's really happy. Ever since I put her in this glazed pot, it made all the difference in her health. She used to get really sad, dry leaves often, and she barely grew, but it's been maybe 6 months that I put her in a glazed pot, and she's like tripled her leaves, and she's just always happy. I don't know if she's ever going to attach to this cork bark on the back, but we'll see. I have a feeling not. But I would be okay with her being trailing. I think the way she's going right now, I think it would be pretty. And this is my Obavara Splash, which I got from one of my best friends not that long ago. And I don't have that much to say about it because I haven't had it that long. But yeah, it's pretty. And I like that it has round leaves. When she brought it to me, it had mites. I have treated it. I don't think it has mites anymore. And it's got some growth points coming in, as you can see there. This one I was so excited about when I got it. It was a birthday gift from my husband last March. It is Hoya leucantha, and it's a gorgeous Hoya, but I have come to be a little bit irritated by this plant because like when I first got it, I chopped it up, as I often do with Hoyas because they root so easily typically, but this one, every single cutting didn't root. None of them rooted, except I think maybe I had 2 that looked like they were maybe going to root, and I actually sent them to Natasha when we did our trade. I don't know, maybe Natasha, you can update us. Did they survive? I don't know. But yeah, and she hasn't regrown at all, not a single new leaf since March. So that's disappointing. And I know that Fern has spoken about her leucantha being difficult, so I'm wondering if it's just a really difficult Hoya. Maybe. Does anybody have opinions on the leucantha? Do you have an easy time with it? And if so, what are you doing? Share your secrets, please. This is my absolutely beautiful, long time coveted wish list Hoya, the undulata. I wanted her for so many years, and when I first fell in love with this Hoya, it was ridiculously hard to find and expensive. It took me years to get a hold of it. I got it as part of my trade with Jenna, and I'm super grateful. And it came to me as just this one leaf, and it had no roots. It was a fresh cutting, and I rooted it myself, which makes it even more satisfying, right? And she grew 2 whole new leaves since that trade in the summer. So yeah, I think she's happy. And those little like wrinkles, the little undulations in the leaves are so cute. And this is my Polyneura outer variegated. I have 2 of this one as well. It's always good to have a backup just in case. But yeah, I really like this one. And you know, I was keeping it close to a grow lamp because when I got it, the seller, who was just a fellow collector selling cuttings, she told me it needs a lot of light. And so for a long time, I was giving it a ton of light. It was super close to the lamp, and it was always a little bit bleached. And it was actually on one of Fern's videos a few months ago. She mentioned always keeping it slightly away from the grow lamps so that they would get darker foliage. And I just want to say thank you to Fern for that tip, because I think that it really helped. Her foliage is now so much more beautiful. There's much more contrast between the dark inner part and the outer variegation. She's so cute. When I first got her, my plan was to put her in a very specific pot, and I'll put a photo of it on the screen. It's really pretty, and I thought I would never be able to put it in there because I tried for a while, and there was something weird about it. It didn't seem like it was working, but it didn't have a drainage hole, and so I was really having to guess about the watering. And the pot is perfect for a Polyneura, but it was not functioning well for a while. But literally today, on the way home from work, my husband and I stopped, and I bought a little drill bit that is going to allow me to put a hole in the bottom of any of my pots that don't have holes. I'm really happy. So I'm still going to wait a bit because it's kind of deep. So I'm going to wait until the roots are stronger and longer. And like if she needs an upsize from this one day, that's when I'll put her into that fish pot again. And maybe I'll put the 2 of them together if they're both doing well. For the next one, I have to clip this onto my little sweater here because it's really big and I need both my hands. This is my Hoya Australis Lisa. She is huge and beautiful. And if you are familiar with the Australis Lisa, which most people are, you probably already know that she gets a lot of really bright orangey red color leaves, sometimes burgundy-ish red, and it's stunning. I love her. She's like a basic Hoya. She's not super expensive, but I really appreciate her as she is. You know, sometimes the cheap ones are some of the most beautiful ones. Another common but beautiful one is the, what's it called again? I'm blanking. What is this called? The brain is not braining tonight. I will put the name on the screen when I remember it before editing. Maybe it'll come to me. Editing Crystal here, just popping in for a moment to tell you that the plant's name is Public Halex Splash. And shame on me for forgetting. It is a very common plant, and I don't know why I forgot it. It was actually my first Hoya ever. Way, way, way back, like maybe 2018-19. It was my first Hoya. Anyway, back to the video. Starts with a P. Anyway, it's cute. When I first got it, it was actually super full and super long. I had like so many lush vines. They were like 2 feet long maybe, and I brought it to school with me and made it a classroom plant, and I put it in a spot that didn't get enough light, and suddenly, without a lot of warning, they just were all falling off. All the leaves were falling off, and I was able to save some of it at least. But I really regretted not taking better care of it because it takes a long time to get a plant that long and beautiful. Anyway, she's still cute. She'll come back one day. This is the lovely Hoya discipulae. I am seriously obsessed with this plant. It is so beautiful, and it's always flowering. I got it from Jenna and as part of that trade, and it's been flowering from the moment it arrived. There was one that had like two sections that I chopped in half, and one half of it had a peduncle when it arrived, and the other half, which is this half, has made a peduncle, and it made the peduncle before it even had much roots at all. The other one bloomed twice since it came. Like, this plant is just obsessed with flowering, and so I'm obsessed with it. If you want a Hoya that's going to flower often, get yourself a discipulae. They're just so beautiful. I feel like I'm bouncing this around too much. Sorry. I will try to hold my plants a little bit more steady while I'm chatting to you. I'm a hand talker, so this happens sometimes. We're almost done. Almost done. And this is my Hoya mirabilis. I got this one from Natasha in the trade. She's so cute, and I actually had one before. A few years back, I had a really nice one, and I lost it during a difficult period where I lost a lot of plants. It was a bit of a depressive era, and I'm really happy to have one back in my collection again because it was one that I liked a lot. Dropping stuff. So I'm really, really grateful. I'm really grateful to have this plant back in my collection. I'm really looking forward to the day when it gets lush and long and maybe even flowers. I know that ferns recently flowered and the flowers were so cute. I want them. I want that for this one. One day. This is my adorable Nova Ghost. She's doing really well. What am I doing with my arm? What an uncomfortable position. Let me get more comfy. There we go. I find most of the carnosas are pretty easy to take care of and forgiving, grow well. So that's a nice treat. And this one has the most beautiful foliage. I really love it. If my Argentea Princess reverts, it will be this in the end, but I'm still holding out hope that the Argentea Princess will stay an Argentea Princess. If you don't know, basically it's a Nova Ghost with a second layer of variegation, like an inner variegated on top of this super galaxy-like splash. So yeah. Oh, she's so pretty. She really needs an upsize. This pot is, I think, too small. I'm gonna upgrade her soon. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Should I put her on something to trellis? Like, I put this little trellis here, but she never attached to it. It almost seems like she wants to hang. Should I let her hang, or should I get a different trellis and make sure she finds her way to it? What are your thoughts? My Celoesiana. And, you know, I was getting like the maroon purpley red sunstress on some of the leaves, and then these two leaves that just grew in not that long ago suddenly are like mega sunstressed to the point where I'm almost concerned, but I don't think that they're unhealthy. I think they're just really, really intensely sunstressed. They have like red and almost all yellow. I thought at first that yellow was like a bad sign, but they don't seem to be sick. Their texture is good. They're plump. I think they're going to be okay. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm definitely going to trellis this one. This is one of the few that I want to trellis. I was inspired by Philo Brandon. I really love the way Brandon has his Celoesiana on this perfect circle trellis. The way these particular leaves hang on a circle trellis, I find really beautiful. And I recently made an order for like a ton of substrates, and in that order, I have one circular trellis coming just for her. So yeah, stay tuned for a repotting video where we'll do some repots of my Hoyas and maybe some other things too. Hoya silver dollar. Did I call it silver dollar? It's not a silver dollar. Mint coin. Mint coin. It's not a silver dollar, it's mint coin. It looks more silver on the camera right now, but it's actually like more bluey than silver. It's like a hint of blue, but it's I find the blue to be strong. Stronger than what you're seeing here in the camera. And I got this from Jenna. It was part of the trade, and she gave me so much of it, and I'm really disappointed with myself because she gave me so much. Maybe I was a little bit too overconfident. I thought I was going to have a super massive bushy plant because of all those cuttings, but I rooted them and a lot of them did not survive. I don't know if it's tough to root these ones or if I was just too careless. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you find it easy or hard to root cuttings. I was surprised that it was hard because it's a variation of lacunosa, and a lot of lacunosas seem to root really easily. So this was a big surprise to me. Yeah. So just to be clear, one more time, lacunosa mint coin, not silver dollar. Sorry. I'm so tired today. It's not easy to like come home and film a video after a long day at work. But yeah, I'm here doing it anyway. And this is my calamantan. She's a cutie. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There go the rocks in the substrate. Let me see. I have two of this one as well, but they're both really tiny. This one has some new growth coming in right here. And my plan is to repot the two of them together. And I'm not sure, I'm torn. I think I might put this one as one that will be on a trellis of some kind. What kind of a trellis would you put the calamantan on? I'm curious. Oh, I just saw she has a second growth point. She's growing so well. Oh, she's going to be so pretty. Yay. This one I already have on a trellis, and it's actually just like a stick that I found and I prepared it. It's kind of hard to hold this. Let's see what I can do. So I'll get closer so you can see the actual plant. So this is Pseudoliteralis, and this one is such a special one. It gets really bright red when it gets sun. And it grows really well. I really like the growth pattern of it. I find it super cute. And I'm really looking forward to when it grows on this stick more. Let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna just try to, there we go. I'm just like balancing the microphone in the pot. I hope it doesn't fall. So I'm really hoping that it's gonna grow up like attaching to this stick, and then it's going to grow up like this attached, and then it's eventually going to like dangle down like a pendant. That's my vision of the future for this plant. We'll see how it goes. They don't always do what we want them to do, but I'm hopeful. Carnosa Wilbur Graves, the China variation. If there is a difference between them, I'm not 100% sold on that. Some people say that the China and the Russia are actually completely different plants. Some people, like Basie plants, for example, say that they're potentially the same plant, but just different growing conditions will bring out different traits. But anyway, she is so beautiful. The variegation on the Wilbur Graves is honestly unreal. I am in love, and I have given her the most beautiful, most perfect spot. She gets absolute like VIP treatment under my Soltex solution lamp right there. And I want her to be a trailing plant. I really want her to, like right now she's sticking out, but I want her to eventually, when she gets a bit heavier, to start hanging down like this. I think it'll be really pretty along the side of my black mirror here. This one is not staying on the wall, and I actually have to repot it and rearrange it because it's not climbing the trellis I gave it at all. But this is my Sarawak. The Hoya Sarawak is so beautiful. It has like these giant dinner plate leaves. I am in love with her. She's definitely one of my favorites. Let me just try to arrange so that I can show you, like with my hand, the size. Like, look at the size of that leaf. Isn't that crazy? She's gorgeous. And the texture and the bumpy roundness. This is such a beautiful Hoya. I have a vision of putting her on a really big trellis and letting her get super tall and big. I'm really looking forward to watching her get lush. This is my Curtisii. She's super happy on this big piece of driftwood. I've had her for many years, as you can probably tell. She even has like stuff wrapping around the back of the wood and many vines that are just trailing down. And I love this setup for her. I could not be happier. And I actually did at one point think I wanted to take her off, and I tried. This was a while back, and she's got her little feet deep into the wood, so she is not coming off, and that's okay with me. I like her like this. Okay, I'm gonna actually take the camera off of the support right now because the last few Hoyas that are left, I can't bring them to you. I have to bring you to them because they're really installed. Two of them are in hangers and one of them is wrapped around the pole back there. I don't know if you can see it well, but there's a big pole behind the chair and it's totally wrapped around and like up on the ceiling and reaching across the ceiling. So yeah, let's go look at her first. Latifolia outer variegated. Also has very big leaves, and I'll climb a ladder to go all the way up to the top to show you, like with my hand beside the biggest leaf, just how big it really is. But it's, sorry, I'm wiggling the camera because I have to get myself around my plants that are here. But yeah, it goes all the way up this pole and the biggest leaf is right there. And then you can see the vines go all the way up to the ceiling. Let me go get my ladder so I can show you how big this leaf is. Where's the ladder, baby? Oh, here it is. I'm almost done, by the way. Okay, so I'm gonna try. This isn't working super well. Let me see. No. Aha. Okay. So I'm gonna try not to disturb my beautiful orchids here. I have these blooms coming in and I have to reach over them. There's more orchid blooms coming in there too. I have to reach over them in order to show you, but I'm gonna do my best. So isn't it wild? And it's just gorgeous. Look at that texture. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this. This is another Hoya that's like easy to find in general. It's not that difficult to find and it's usually reasonably priced, but it is so stunning. One of my favorites for sure. And I got this from one of my besties, so that makes it extra special. This one it was supposed to be a Wilbur Graves, and I got it before I got the other one, and it was a marketplace disaster where I thought I was going to get a beautiful Wilbur Graves. I drove for an hour, and when I got there, the person was just giving me a cutting that was like a reverted cutting from her gorgeous Wilbur Graves. But, you know, to be fair, it wasn't entirely her fault because she did include multiple photos in the ad, but the first photo, like at the front of the ad, showed this stunning one similar to the one I just showed you. And so I thought that's what it was, and I didn't take the time to look through all the photos, so I didn't understand. So it's not really your fault, but it was still very disappointing. This is one that I dreamed of having for years, and I specifically, when I moved into this house, I specifically dreamed of putting her exactly here. I had this vision of the center of this window having this long, lush linearis, and my dream came true. She was a birthday gift last March from my friend. Let me know in the comments if you love linearis. I think most people do. It's one of those like treasured Hoyas. It's a classic. Who doesn't love a linearis? I almost forgot. There's one more, my Shepherdii. And the reason I forgot her is because she's so tangled up in my Millsbow that I couldn't take her out at the time when I was taking each one out one by one. And I told myself, don't forget to come back and show her. But I forgot. Anyway, she's super cute, and I love that her leaves are so long. They kind of look like string beans, I find. So that's going to be it for my Hoya tour. That was all of them, all 36 of them. We did pretty well. I'm proud of myself. I definitely could have gone on and yapped for like 3 hours about them all, but I controlled myself. If you made it to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow when you do. And it really encourages me too. It helps me to like keep pushing forward even when the numbers are low, because as a new YouTuber it really ebbs and flows, and it's, you know, we have to push ourselves in the beginning, and that's the stage I'm in right now. So any support that you give me really means so much at this point in the channel's development. Yeah, and let me know that you made it to the end with a blue heart representing the blue in this pot. A little bit of blue mixed in there. Have a beautiful day. Keep growing, everybody. Bye.